All right, now we're going to dig into an incident response plan. First of all, we need to talk a little bit about what the definition is. So that's that first bullet there, talking about a detailed or listing out a detailed set of processes where you're anticipating, detecting, and mitigating the effects of some unexpected events. It could be a zero-day launch of a virus, could be in the middle of a distributed denial of service attack. You have to have a incident response plan to help you respond to that. And so some of the things you want to think about is, what are the incidents that are out there? What are the appropriate responses or processes that you want to have in place to respond to that incident? And then what's the team? What type of a team do you need to assemble to immediately respond to that? How are you going to notify the team to do that? When do you disband the team? So those are going to be the different areas. Let's look at the components now. So this should look similar to what we talked about during the overview. Again, you want to have a statement from senior leadership. Why is this important? Talk about the purposes and objectives of this particular plan, what the scope of the policy is, what the incidents mean, and the consequences. That's where we're tying back to that business impact analysis. What's the structure of people and individual responsibilities associated? And what I typically do during this point is really list out each position and then start each bullet underneath that position with a verb that says this is what that person has to do. You then talk about what's the prioritization of incidents, and then performance measures let you know you're doing well, so that everybody has a common sense of what is expected, and then how are you going to report this back up or communicate this within your particular organization. Now, as you're looking at this and looking at your particular plan, a kind of useful structure of doing that is based on before the attack, after the attack, and during the attack. All right? And so, again, think about an incident occurring in your house. You have a fire at the house, or tornadoes coming in. What would you do beforehand to prepare for that? What would you do during the actual event? And then what do you need to do after that incident actually occurs? So again, think that through. It's a useful structure. Think about what the users do, what the technology organization has to do, how those two interact, and how you're communicating that out to a particular audience. All right, let's look at computers, or IT in particular, and some of the indicators now that you've got an incident that's ongoing. And what we'll do is we'll start off with possible and move to definite. All right, so here are some possible indicators that you've got a computer attack going on. You see unfamiliar files on your computer, unfamiliar executables. Your computer is seeing an uncommon consumption of resources, be it memory or hard disk space or processing power, or you start to see the system start to crash. So this means it's possible. Doesn't mean that it's definite or likely, but it means that possibly something's going on and you may need to explore it a bit more. Let's look at some probable indicators now that you've got an incident going on. So activity at unexpected times. If you're not on the computer at 3 in the morning and someone's uploading videos to YouTube at 3 in the morning, that's not good. You may want to check that. The presence of new accounts on the machine, new ways of logging in. You get reports of attacks from other institutions that they claim is originating from your computer. Well, that's a probable indicator. And then finally, notifications from your intrusion detection system. That's what IDS stands for. Some definite indicators now that you have an ongoing attack. The use of dormant accounts that no one else is using. So if your daughter is away at college and her account logged into your computer last night, the odds are someone has compromised that account. Indications that there are changes to log files, presence of hacker tools, obviously. Again, notification by partners and peers that something is going on, and then notification by the hacker themselves. Sometimes they'll come in and let you know that they have broken into your machine. All right, well, this concludes this short video, the fifth of seven, and this particular one was looking at incident response plans.